there everyone, my name is Nick Cullen. I'm the Youth and College Ministries Director here at West Valley Christian Church. Thank you for joining me on this Monday as we continue following in the footsteps of Jesus as we make our way towards Easter. The verses leading into today's passage show Jesus riding in on a donkey, but the verses we're looking at today might show you a different side of Jesus if you haven't read these verses before. It says here in Matthew 21, verse 12, Jesus entered the temple courts and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." The blind and the lame came to him at the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the teachers of the law saw the wonderful things he did and saw the children shouting in the temple courts, "Hosanna to the Son of David," they were indignant. "Do you hear what these children are saying?" they asked him. "Yes," Jesus replied. "Have you never read, 'From the lips of children and infants, you, Lord, have called forth your praise'?" And he left them and went out to the city to Bethany, where he spent the night. The very next day, after riding in on a donkey and everyone's shouting Hosanna, he walks into this temple and flips the table. What's going on here? Jesus isn't just angry, he's heartbroken. The temple is a place to draw people towards God, and they're using it for these corrupt reasons. A den of robbers is how Jesus describes it here. And so yes, the temple is full in appearance, but clearly the people inside it are using it not as intended. The people inside this temple are not using it as a house of prayer, and Jesus noticed that. Let's continue on. Early in the morning, it says in verse 18, as Jesus was on his way back to the city, he was hungry. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it, but found nothing on it except leaves. Then he said to it, "May you never bear fruit again." Immediately, the tree withered. How I read this text is that this fig tree represents the heart of Israel's devotion. All appearance, no substance. Yes, on the outside it's a fig tree, but there's nothing to show for it. Jesus is headed to the cross, and on the way he's calling out the people of Israel's fruitless faith and empty religion. So the question I want to leave us with today is, if Jesus looked into our hearts, would he find fruit? Would he see the fruit of generosity, obedience, love, real love, compassion? I like to think that my heart is a house of prayer, but in reality, I'm sure there are plenty of times it looks closer to a den of robbers. So that's where I want to leave us today on this Monday. Where's our heart? What does it look like? Ask Jesus this week to reveal areas in your heart where tables might need to be flipped. Sincerely ask Jesus, "Lord, what fruit do you want to see grow in me over this week?" Knowing the Easter story, we already know he paid the ultimate price. Now it's time to invite him to do what only he can in our lives. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. I can't wait to see you guys here all week long as we continue this little road to Easter.